A lot of people have fond memories of summer camp, but is combining summer fun with faith even better? To find out, we welcome Joshua Easton, Program Director for the United Methodist Church Outdoor and Retreat Ministries. We also welcome two experienced campers, Laura Nieves from Union Avenue United Methodist Church in Chicago, and Emily Bowes from Princeton United Methodist Church. Thank you all for being here with us today. Could you please explain to us exactly what is church camping?
Well, church camping is a unique experience that we can provide for kids where they can come to camp and be with fellow Christians at the same time and spend a week together meeting new people, having a lot of fun activities and learning about God in different and new ways.
How often are the camps offered throughout the year?
Generally, we have a summer camp program that lasts about 10 weeks. We have 4 ski camps in the winter that are more geared towards bigger youth groups. We have confirmation camps in the spring and in the fall.
What's the difference between church camp and a normal sleepaway camp?
Well, the difference between a church camp and a normal sleepaway camp is obviously the church part of it. We have the unique experience here of being able to come together as Christians and worship together. So as opposed to going to church and then coming home and saying, oh, I'm at home, it's, well, now we're at church camp. And even though we're left kind of the worship ceremony, we're still at church camp and we can still think about our lessons. And we're all here, we're all new people meeting each other, so we get to experience and try to live out those lessons every day.
That's wonderful. How has this experience changed your life?
Well, being a camper for so long, it always was something that I could take home with me, and it was always something I wanted to continue to experience. And I felt it helped me grow a lot. Camp is a place where, you're never really made fun of, and we always try to uplift the kids, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm glad that I had the experience.
Now, you're a camp director now or a counselor?
I am
Assistant
director.
Assistant director. Emily, tell us about your experience with camp and actually how you found camp.
I found camp because my mom just one time said, that there is a church camp and you might want to go to it. So I'm like, sure. And so then I started with a mini camp, and I think I was in maybe 2nd or 3rd grade. And it was an overnight camp, and I just had a lot of fun meeting new people and making friends and doing all of the amazing stuff that we do there.
How long did you stay for that time?
3 days, I think.
What do you think some of the best things about summer camp are?
The best things about summer camp are just seeing the changes happen in the kids, for sure. The first week I had a summer camp, it was a different group of kids, and we may have had a hard time kind of getting them to get together and be one unit. And then the culmination of the week is a prayer walk on the Thursday night, and by the end of the prayer walk they were just very reflective, and in a moment they had just changed, become completely different people, and became one group together that night.
What's a prayer walk?
It's kind of a, you want to try to explain this better than I will?
Well, we actually, the sites that we have the camps at have a lot of trails, and it's a way for us to be alone and let the kids see us as people. And we kind of will either choose Bible verses or even stories or anything that we find that was spiritual for us. And we share that with them. And we set up candles on this trail, and they walk, and each one of us is at a station. So they walk in small groups, and we speak to them. And it's usually at night, so the candles are all lit up. It's kind of creepy, but very pretty. And they have that moment from that station to the next one to kind of reflect about what it was that we had said, whether it be a prayer or a life learning lesson concerning greed, morals, things that would typically not be said sometimes in Sunday school. So, and then at the end we usually have a very big bonfire, and we set up stations so that if they want to talk to us or have any questions or are dealing with something, that they can come do that, and we can sit and pray with them and talk with them.
It's a lot of witnessing too sometimes, I just tell my story to them. And it's nice because, you know, you're trying to make a connection, and you become an individual once you describe the journeys that you've been through in your life. You know, so they can make a connection with that, and they can understand it and say, hey, it's somebody I can look up to.
Can you think of some of the ways, both Emily and Laura, that these activities that you do at camp have strengthened your faith?
Well, it kind of makes you think of the Bible in a way that you normally wouldn't think it.
Putting it into action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we also we had been looking for ideas at the beginning of the summer, and we came up with kind of this little curriculum. With the curriculum that we had, we kind of found a way to make it more meaningful, and by actually engaging them in these activities and engaging them in these stories. And that's something that, as I know, has helped my faith consistently, and I'm sure as many of the other campers.
Do you guys have any short stories you would like to share that you think of in particular? Funny stories that happened at camp?
Well, we did have a mud pie eating contest.
A mud pie. Real mud?
Well, no.
Okay.
But pudding counts, you know.
Pudding count.
So we had we had gummy worms, and we put them on a plate, piled on pudding, crumbled up Oreos, and icing, and we had the kids try to find the gummy worms with their mouths. It was one of the themes for the week was make a mess. So that was something that we did, and then we all jumped in the lake afterwards. Rinse off. It was fun.
What goes on in a typical day at camp?
In a typical day at camp, you know, we wake up.
Do you have to wake up early?
Yeah, usually 7:30ish, I would say.
Depending on, you know.
Depending on who's in your cabin.
Yeah. We have to cater to the kids, you know.
So, you know, we'll do Bible study in the morning, and that'll include some exercises and activities that complement that certain lesson we're learning. And we'll do some swimming and just activities all over. You know, we have a couple of different places. We have Reynolds Wood Camp and we have Wesley Woods Camp. And Wesley Woods is right on Lake Geneva, so we have the opportunity to go fishing or go canoeing across the lake. Or one day we got up at 5:30 and swam all the way across the lake at dawn. You know, the kids loved it. Or Reynolds Wood, we have different opportunities. We have these huge stilted tree houses that they can sleep in. So, I mean, there's so many different themes to it. There's just like an endless supply of activities and things to do.
Yeah, so we fill the week.
Is there a difference in the ambiance at camp than at school, or do you feel a
Definitely.
different power?
Definitely. Being from Chicago in the city, I never really got the opportunity to go to camp until my parents found out about this when I was 7. I started as a mini, as Emily did. And it really put me in a place where I had never been, and it was a place where I wasn't so bombarded. You know, it was a very open space, and the people were very open, and it was very good for me to be there. And to be isolated, alone with your thoughts in a place where you can really see God's work. It's easy to point it out. It's easy to extend your faith, more so when you're there.
Thanks, Joshua, Laura, and Emily for being with us today. I'm Tamara Love for Different Drummers. Keep the faith.